It's been almost 3 weeks. The residents have been relying to static tank like this for their water supply.
His 50-year-old Maxim and 9-year-old granddaughter have been fetching water each day from tanks like this after weeks of no rain, later acute water shortage. Elsewhere, portable tanks have been installed to help those who miss the water delivery.
Now, to resolve water scarcity in Selangor is by implementing the water cuts every 2 days. But the relief is only for temporarily. Government has warned that water at major rivers and dams will reach critical level across several states if current hotter spell continues.
A very good day. Water scarcity is one of this century's most pressing environmental issues. Water. Water is an element that covers most of the face of the earth. Then, how much water is there on earth? According to the United States Geological Survey, the total amount of water in the earth is almost 326 million cubic meters. In fact, 97.5% of the water on earth is seawater and brackish water that cannot be drank. The remaining 2.5% is fresh water. Of the remaining 2.5%, which is a source of water that can be used by humans, only 0.003% because most of the fresh water on earth is stored in the form of ice and glacier. Water scarcity should be noted because the threat of a water scarcity affecting the people directly is realized when there is not enough potable water for use and consumption. Water is very important for the survival of human life. Water scarcity will affecting the people to access drinking water. The human body can also go so long without water, and lack of drinking water can result in a number of other problems like hunger, lack of education, disease, and sanitation issues. Water used by humans not only to drink, eat, bathe, but also for other purposes such as agriculture, industries, tourism, and so on. Around 60% from the human body is water. Therefore, humans can survive without food several weeks, but not without water. I will pass the issue of water scarcity at Selangor and their solution for it to Rosa Alias and Nuhasha.
Thank you, Fikra Alias at the studio. I am Rosa Alias.
I am Muhammad Shah.
Okay, today we will discuss about water scarcity at Klang Valley, Selangor. From my information, water scarcity can be defined as a lack of sufficient water or not having access to safe water supply.
So now with us Dr. Halimah from Water Department. We will discuss on solution that implemented by Selangor Authority to overcome the water crisis issue.
Okay, Doctor. Water scarcity issue have many problems about the water scarcity, which is water access. Water access has a high degree of difficult in obtain clean water that can be used. So, can you give a solution that Selangor Authority that have done?
Okay, Rosa. We have two solutions that we have done in Klang Village, Selangor. First is a cloud seeding and the second is water rationing. The first solution, our team found that cloud seeding is able to overcome water crisis and provide clean water to Selangor citizens.
Doctor, can you explain more about the cloud seeding technique?
Okay, Noha. Cloud seeding is a technique of inducing rain cloud that to overcome need to manipulate the weather. Many process and procedure of cloud seeding that we must follow to enable the formation of raindrops at the area of drought areas. Based on our previous cloud seeding operation, there is a success rate between 57% and 65% in the cloud seeding operation in Selangor. But Nuha and Rosa, cloud seeding only provide temporary relief and does not serve a permanent solution for water crisis at Selangor.
Therefore, Rosa and Noha, we make our decision with our department to do water rationing to solve water crisis.
This method cut water usage for domestic use in certain intervals. There are three options for water rationing, depends on water shortage crisis. For example, every day on our interval of 8 hours, or alternate days for 12 hours, and lastly every third day for 16 hours actually. By limiting the use of water to citizens at Selangor, water can be conserved enough for everyone to provide for their basic needs actually. That's all the solution for this crisis that we have done.
As we know, Singapore is one of the countries that had the best water management in the world.
But what can we follow or example the steps that had been taken by them to solve the issue of water scarcity in Selangor? So, today we have a special review of Dr. Suhada, ecology from UPM, to give her opinion about this issue.
Yes, we can deny the position of Singapore as a model city for integrated water management, and statistics also reveal that water demand in Singapore itself is currently about 430 million gallons a day, and with that large quantity, that is enough to fill 708 Little Olympic-sized swimming pools. So, as an island with the total land area around 721.5 km per square, Singapore really need to have an efficient solution in order to fulfill the increasing demand. For now, there are four main water sources for Singaporean, which is the water from their local catchment, imported water, new water, and the last one is desalinated water. So back to the question asked before, why don't we just follow the step that have been taken by dam to solve the water issue in Selangor? Though we can actually example dam, but actually a lot of factors that prevented us from simply following the solution that have been taken.
For now, there are two main factors, which is the cost and then one is the negative perception. Okay, talking about the cost, let's take the example of desalinating the water. Desalinating is a process of taking away mineral component from saline water, or merging a process of turning the salt water to a drinkable water. However, this process requires a really huge cost. The installed cost of desalination plant itself is about $1 million for every 1,000 cubic meters per day of installed capacity, and that amount is excluding the cost of transferring the water to users. So, for a country such as Singapore, which is one of the most developed countries in the world, this cost might not be such a huge problem for them, but to implement this solution in Selangor, it will be a big problem for the authorities to afford the cost. And at the end of the day, the cost will be transferred to users when the water tariff will be raised.
The second problem on why we didn't follow the Singapore step is the factor of perception by the Malaysian. In Singapore, there is technology known as new water. It is a high-grade reclaimed water produced from treated used water that is further purified using advanced membrane technology and ultraviolet disinfection, making it ultra clean and safe to drink. But can you imagine of drinking water from sewage plant? Would you? For me, myself, I would rather pay a high price for pure water than drinking water processed from sewage plant, though it is claimed to be safe. Moreover, Malaysians are mostly Muslim, so they really pay attention on the purity of food that they take. So that's all the opinion from me, which I can conclude that cost and negative perception are the main factor on why we cannot follow the Singapore style.
Thank you, Dr. Suhada, for that information.
In conclusion from this discussion, there are several solutions that are already done in Selangor and Singapore to solve this issue. Dr. Halimah from Water Department said that Selangor is now implementing the cloud seeding and water rationing as solution for this issue, but both of these solutions are not a permanent solution and only for a short term only.
And Dr. Suhada explaining on why Selangor cannot follow Singapore in order to solve the water scarcity issue. It is because the process of desalinating water is highly cost due to the technology used. Meanwhile, for the new water technology, implementing this solution may not be appropriate because majority of nation is Muslim, so they might argue the purity of the water.
Okay, now we know how serious the water scarcity issue in Selangor is. So Selangor authority should find the most effective solution to overcome this issue. I am Rosa Alias.
I am Muhammad Shah.
And my friend at studio, Fika Alias. That's all from us from PS Bulletin.